Welcome to WIRCH Radio, news for the upper echelons of society. It is currently 6 o'clock Greenwich time, and here's what's making news this hour. There was a break-in at the Royal Ontario Museum, and while nothing has thus far been reported stolen, it remains entirely possible that this event is nothing more than a false alarm. It has nonetheless sparked ripples of terror across the art-collecting community. We go now live to William Hainsworth III, whose family has kept part of their private collection at the Royal Ontario Museum, nearly since its inception. Yes, Karen, that's right. Thank you. Currently, the ROM, as it is so affectionately referred to by the locals here, houses my family's collection of ancient Mesopotamian bronze statues that were recovered during a Chinese archaeological dig in the swampy mountains of Guatemala along the Niger River. While the family has been so generous as to allow them to be here on public display, it now seems apparent to us that the public cannot be trusted to have access to these terribly expensive, priceless works of art. William, might you suggest that these works of art be removed from display? Yes, that is exactly what I'm insinuating. You see, these metallic wonders happen to be a great part of my family's proud heritage, and if there is even the remotest chance that these precious pieces could be taken, well, we're not going to risk it. Furthermore, my family would also like to encourage other private collectors who house their own precious treasures in this public domicile to do likewise and protect their property within their own walls. Clearly, the public cannot be trusted to respect such wonderful works of magnificence.
Thank you, William. It will be interesting to see if the rest of the community follows your lead and protects their property. Next up is the weather, traffic, and sports with our own Richard Wasp. But before that, a word from our sponsor.
Running out of ways to spend your money? Can't find something worth a $2 million investment these days. Is owning a country no longer as appealing as it once was? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then we at Luna Holdings feel your pain, and we're here to help. Whether you'd like a few hundred miles or the entire dark side, at Luna Holdings we can help you expand your empire beyond the mere confines of the planet to the expansive entity that is the moon. Whether it's for tax purposes or recreation, small talk, or some other endeavor, buying property on the moon is the way to go. For more information, call 1-800-1-MOON-ME.
Ha ha ha. Property on the moon. That sounds like a cold proposition, but it looks as if it's going to be warm and sunny with just a slight breeze that makes it oh so wonderful to be in the tropics all the time. Ha ha. I don't know why I don't just make a pre-recording of this weathercast. Seems like the weather is the same every day here in the West Indies, or at least it is if you follow the perfect weather around. But of course, for all of you not keen on the perfect tan, the Alpine report is also in. Looks like Mount Exclusive has a fresh dusting of powder expected tonight, and it seems to be the place that those of you currently Alp hopping ought to be. Now for the sports and traffic. There seems to be a few stories here, but really nothing of interest to our listeners. 4-car pileup on the 400, and it seems like the team called the Leafs has just won the Stanley Cup in a 4-game sweep of the Wings. Nothing important. Back to you, Karen.
Thank you, Rich. That's all for this evening's newscast. Thank you for tuning in. For all of us here at WIRCH, stay better.